Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a riding lawnmower. It's a Yardman by MTD, 42-inch cut, 7-speed manual transmission. Reason they brought it in, it has that 2-belt and the variable pulley system. It has the belt that goes from the motor, and right back here there's a pulley that the center piece goes up and down. It's a variable speed pulley. Then there's a short belt that goes from that to the rear end. Anyways, it's not shifting properly. Like 1, 2, and 3 work good, but you start going to 4, 5, 6, and 7, it's slipping really bad. So either that variable speed pulley is sticking, or one of the belts is going bad. So hope you enjoy the video. But the first thing I'm gonna do before I start the video, I'm gonna take the deck off. Then I'm gonna go back here and take the battery out and everything, because we need to get back in that hole back there for that big pulley on top of the transmission. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I took the deck off and I took the battery out of the back, because sometimes you have to take that pulley off the transmission, because sometimes the pulley is right next to the frame. We have to loosen that nut up to get the belt out. But we'll see if we have to do it on this one. And there's that variable speed pulley right down here where the front belt goes on and the back belt goes on. That centerpiece goes up and down. Sometimes that sticks and it won't allow it to shift right, or it could be the belts, one of the two. Then he was complaining about the belt. He put a new belt on and the belt's already loose. Well, when I took the deck off, that bracket's about ready to fall off and it's bent way back, so that's probably why the belt was loose. So we're going to re-weld that too. Make sure that post is straight up and down. See how it's leaning to the back? So we got a few things to do to this thing. Well, that's kind of expected. Even this mower is getting kind of old. But anyway, let's jack it up. Interesting how they got this thing to work, but when it works great. See right there, that's your variable speed pulley right down here. And you got this long belt that goes from the motor to that, and a short belt from that pulley that goes to the rear end. And the first thing to do, we have to put the brake on it so it loosens this cable. We have to take this pulley off. That's a 1/2 inch or 9/16 to it off, and the pulley will slide up, and that's how you change it. I'll try my best to show you, but it's gonna be kind of hard when I'm down here switched everything. But I'll try showing everything. But let's put this. See how it loosens that up now? So it's going to be a lot easier to work. But we need to take this belt bracket off. It's like a 1/2 inch. And when we take the pulley off, that's 5/8. Then we'll start taking everything apart. So let's start up here. We'll get this out of the way. So we're going to take this bracket off. And we'll take this pulley off. Hopefully it ain't stuck on there. Oh yeah, it comes off. Hope you can see that all right. But we're going to take that nut out. And don't take it all the way out yet, because you might have to tap on that nut to start it out of that bearing. It's slowly coming. But if these are the original belts, there's a bearing in there. Just got to tap on it. Don't want to ruin the threads. So close. We'll spray a little lubricant in there, and I'll get a Phillips to stick it inside where the bolt goes. I don't want to ruin the threads. It's almost out. And you just got to remember, the big belt goes on the bottom and the short belt goes on top. But I'll show you that a little bit. There we go. And check these bearings. There's 2 bearings in here. And here's that variable speed. It slides back and forth fairly easy. So let's take these belts out. And we'll see if we can get this belt out without taking that pulley off. Some models you have to loosen that pulley. We'll try it from on top. We'll lower it down. We might have to take the nut off this one. But that's how you take that off. You have to have the brake on so it loosens it up. And once I get this belt off, we'll check both belts. But back in the early 2000s when these lawnmowers were really, really popular, if one belt was bad, I always replaced them both. Because I seem to have better luck because if you use a one used belt and one new belt, the used belt kind of has more stretch to it than the new belt and it still don't shift right. Some master mechanics might disagree with me, but I always had better luck replacing both belts. You can decide that, but for me, it was replacing both belts. I'm gonna go and lower this down and see if we can get that belt off, or we might have to take the nut out. Okay, I take the nut off. See, just pop that nut off. And just move it out of the way. It has like a X for a certain pattern. See how it has a pattern when you put it back on the transmission. There's them 4 slots. You make sure you get it on that. Then to look up the right belts, use that model number there, that 13AN. Either go to the MTD website, or if you bought this lawnmower new or you have the book on it, it'll tell you the exact size belt you need. And you run through. I like going through like parts tree or something, but you got to get the right. Okay, I guess put the new back belt on, and I tighten the nut back up. And you got to be precise on these. Like the belt that I just put on, it's a 754-0241A. That's a 5/8 by 35.82. 35.82, and the front belt is 754-0401A. That's a 5/8 by 68.9. It has to be the exact numbers, or else it's not going to shift right. So when you do these variable speeds, you have to get the exact right belt. And I'm using genuine MTD belts, and that's the number there. We'll jack this back up and start putting it back together again. Alright, you just got to do this carefully, because if you're in a hurry or do it wrong, it could be a finger pinching son of a gun. So I got the rear belt on. Start here. Just going to put around the PTO shaft so don't fall down. And I emery cloth that shaft on that variable speed pulley. So this big belt goes in the bottom. My head's not going to be in the way too much, so I do this. And there's some L brackets on this so the belt don't fall out, so you have to get the belt. In the short belt. I unhook the spring so I can get it started. Put it in the top one. And there you go. Pop it into place. Get it around. There we go. Now the spring goes in this little slot on the side. I'm going to wrap a piece of wire around it, pull it to the hole, and lock it back in. Then once you get that done, then we'll just hook up the top belt. So I'll grab a piece of wire. I'm going to put it through the hole where the spring goes. And there you go. Locked into place. So now we've got the top one. And the brake is still on, so the belt should still be loose. And there's some brackets here where the belt goes in between the brackets and the pulley. So okay, I'm going to take the brake off and all that stuff should tighten right up. See how everything tightened up just nice? Now I got to put that nut in on the bottom. I got to put this bracket up on top. We'll do this bracket first. Okay, then we'll go down here to that variable speed pulley. Gotta put that bolt in down there next. The reason I didn't do it earlier, I wait till the belts get tight. You really don't have to, but that's just how I learned how to do it. I guess you could put that bolt in before you put the top belt on. Now this thing should shift really good now. And there we go. Springs are all hooked up. It's all in where it's supposed to be. So now I gotta fix the deck before I put the deck on. But I guess I could put the battery and everything back in real quick too. But that's how you change them two belt variable speed systems. Just take your time is the main thing. If you're in a rush, you'll end up pinching a finger or something. But it's pretty simple. Some people say it's hard, but if you just take your time, it's actually real easy. So I'm gonna weld the deck up. Okay, I just got done welding that bracket. It's about ready to fall off. So now what we gotta do is put it back on the lawnmower. I gotta get a new belt for this. There's a big cut on this belt here. I'm gonna find the belt for that. Okay, I got it all together. Now the reason I like putting the original genuine MTD parts on these is because on this first one here, it's 5/8 by 68.9, and so when you buy aftermarket belts, it's probably like a 68.5 or something. And on the small belt, it's a 5/8 by 35.82. You probably get a 35.5 or a 40, and they have to be perfect for it to shift right. Then you won't have, if you fix it for people, they won't be coming back all mad and stuff. Or if it's for yourself, it's going to shift good and everything. So that's why I use genuine MTD belts on that, just for that reason there. So anyway, let's start her up and shift through the gears and see how it works. I had to charge the battery. Yep, the battery was dead. Starts off first gear and slowly go faster. It's just really good now. Anyways, hope this video helps you out. Appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please subscribe. Anyway, you guys have a good afternoon.